Oh, oh, that's a big fall. Oh, he's okay. The excitement. Crummy container landings, ultimate twist and shout, and other wild parkour attempts gone terribly, terribly wrong. Today, we are breaking down and reacting to all the gnarly medical scenes and accidental injuries from various parkour sessions. Parkour! Let's dive right in. Oh, that's a big fall. Oh, he's okay. The excitement.
No, it's exciting.
Slap into the wall. You could cause dislocation or fractures. You worry about your clavicles as you hit there. Then also any rib cage injury or sternal injuries. If you're landing directly on the ground, you can cause a fracture to your calcaneus. Say somebody has any back pain. We still need to do an x-ray all the way of the spine because of the compressive forces that could happen. Oh! We just land upper thorax and then onto the cervical spine and back to the head. Good thing, at least it's on the ground. There's a tiny bit of give to the grass and the earth. Things you worry about, thoracic spine injuries. When you land here, the spinal cord is protected by a lot of bones. The issue is, do you have enough compressive force that you actually break through not just the spinous process, which is on the back, but further in and put pieces onto the spinal cord. Okay. Oh, the neck. Oh, the neck.
Look at that neck.
Looks like his head is buried into the ground. Literally, the upper back is flat. You can actually tear or injure your spinal cord itself and cause an internal decapitation to where you can actually succumb to the injury. Okay. Oh, actually had a weird turn of his head. We think, okay, cervical spine injury, extension, flexion, as well as side bending injury that could actually cause fractures and even just muscle strains. The other issue ends up being vertebral artery dissection. You have your vertebral arteries go through the bones of your neck in the back. Weird twisting motions and bending could actually cause a rip. Symptoms could actually come on like a stroke-like symptom. Oh, we got blood? Ooh, hit his face on the ground. You worry about fracture of the arches around your eye, your zygomatic arch, and then your orbital socket, basically, if you hit too hard. Oh, cool. Okay, that's good. All right, landing on the grass, smart.
All good?
What happened?
Ankle?
Mingi raks ankelist käis, jah.
Ooh, cracking is never good. Either a fracture or a quick dislocation reduction. But if you reduce the ankle from a dislocation, it shouldn't be popping after. There could have been a dislocation with a fracture of the fibula or a fracture dislocation of both the tibia and the fibula. One ankle lands. Oh, look at that left ankle. Woo! If it is just a dislocation, then everything should be fine. There's a really unique clip from Tony Finau. He's a professional golfer, and he dislocated and put the ankle right back in. Hard to see. Sometimes you can have clicking, popping relating to the ligaments and the tendons snapping over, but if it continues to be crunchy, obviously you need to get it checked out, but you should also have a lot of swelling when you have a fracture. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh. Well, that individual is going to need proper medical treatment and a whole lot of rest and relaxation. Our body does a lot of its healing when you are sleeping. Please consider checking out Do Not Disturb by my company, Life Happens. It's available at lifehappens.com and on Amazon.
Oh, dude, let me see that.
Oh, it's a huge hematoma. Left forearm lands right on it. Was more worried about his foot. Here on the forearm, you see it bubble up real quick. So you could have popped a blood vessel underneath causing a hematoma, or could you have had a fracture to that aspect of the arm, which would end up being your ulna because it's on that lateral aspect as he turns.
I don't know what that was.
This is a good example of when the pain hasn't set in yet. This happens when people have adrenaline rushes after bad accidents where they don't feel any pain. As the epi wears out of your system, then you start feeling the pain a little bit more. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we rushing? Oh, okay. But why'd you do that? Lands on a metal container on his face. In your face! You worry about fracture to the maxilla. You can have Lafort fractures 1, 2, and 3. Displacement of all the bones there. You can have a nasal fracture.
Matt.
Hits his head really hard, almost like a whiplash. You can have whiplash injury, can cause cervical strain in your neck. People will have like neck discomfort and then they'll start to get a referral headache.
This is Matt's tooth, and I'm gonna bring it back to him. It'll cost quite a few fucking dollars, mate, to replace them.
Wow, he got so lucky. If all he lost was his tooth, we obviously have a dental fracture because we see the tooth there. It's not a dental avulsion where the tooth came out, it fractured through. So you'll have exposure of like the dentin and the pulp. That's where you start to see like some nerves and you can have a lot of pain. Oh, back of the head. Boom, head hits directly on the back. Luckily, the bones back there on the skull are pretty thick. You don't see too many skull fractures in the back unless it's like massive trauma. I've seen it from bad car accidents, motorcycle accidents, or falling from like 5 stories. Typically, we'll end up seeing lacerations, a lot of bleeding back there. Once we clean it up, because the hair gets in the way, and we see the wound, usually a couple staples or some sutures. When blood gets in the hair, what a pain in the butt. We actually use hydrogen peroxide, 3%, to dissolve the clots, so that way we can see the wound. The dangers of this falling into this water. So if you do injure yourself, dislocate your arm, fracture it, you may not be able to swim or tread water. So it's good that there's individuals around when you do this kind of stuff, but make sure that you understand what the worst case scenario is. I was about to say. Abrasion right on the spine. So that happens because he's in a flex position there. It looks like they're just pouring water on. Water will burn. It does burn when he goes on an initial wound. You'll have some oozing.
It's oozing.
Covering it with bacitracin or even just an ointment will help heal the wound faster. Okay, flipping over, was trying to hold on. What was he trying to do? Oh, the scrape came right from that first land on the back. It's almost like he held on too long. If somebody came to the emergency department, if they had continued pain, you just palpate on the spinous processes to see if there's any tenderness. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely check out this playlist right here. Binge watch everything. And do me a favor, subscribe, turn on your bell notification, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.